The movie Bridget Jones's Diary starts out with her New Year's resolutions. These are some of them. I will not have crushes on men, but instead form relationships. I will not fall for any of the following: alcoholics, workaholics, commitment phobics, chauvinists, freeloaders, or perverts. And finally, I will not waste money on exotic underwear, since it's pointless as I do not have a boyfriend. I will stay in at night and read books, learn to program my VCR, and go to the gym 3 times a week, not merely to buy a sandwich. Such good intentions, why do we suspect that these will not bring Bridget the satisfaction and happiness she's looking for? In an introduction to his book, The Happiness Trap, Dr. Russ Harris says that just about everything we think about finding happiness is untrue. As Will Rogers said, it's not what we don't know that hurts us, it's what we know that ain't so. This book, The Happiness Trap, has spawned something called, and other books like it have spawned something called ACT, Acceptance Commitment Therapy, or in the corporate world, Acceptance Commitment Training. ACT has been applied to more areas than one can count. I believe it's because it replaces a paradigm that is flawed and has made every effort based on it fail. In December 2012, I took a quiz that showed me this new paradigm. Let me share a few of the things that I learned and how they differed from what I think has been common knowledge in our society. It is unnecessary for me to control my feelings in order to be successful. This is number 1. Well, all my life I thought that making my feelings and thoughts positive was the definition of success. Item number 5, I can do something important even when doubts are present. I thought I could only do something when I banished the doubts, and I could only continue until the doubts came back. And then I'd need a new secret of life that this time would banish those doubts forever. Number 6, trying to reduce or get rid of negative thoughts and feelings frequently causes problems. If I simply allow them to be, they'll change as a natural part of living. Okay, this is what ACT says, and what I've just told you. This to me is the heart of this way of thinking. The subtitle of The Happiness Trap is Stop Struggling and Start Living. Acceptance of negative thoughts, like you shouldn't have eaten that, has given me a great feeling of freedom. I no longer have to eat more while I figure out how to never have a reason to say that to myself again. If one is overweight, almost anything they eat is something they can feel guilty about. To me, the whole ACT idea boils down to look for and accept negative thoughts and feelings. Don't fight them, don't try to get rid of them, don't try to change them, don't try to substitute affirmations, accept them. As it says here, they will change and disappear on their own, but don't try to change them and make them disappear. I do that, and then the next thing that I do personally is, for the next 10 minutes or hour or 2 hours, see what happens in my life. See what I can accomplish in terms of what my values are at that moment. Whether I'm following the shoulds that are coming into my head or just not following them. Just listening to them and accepting them. All right, number 7, the best method of managing negative thoughts and feelings is to acknowledge their presence and let them be without having to analyze or judge them. There's the idea that we can analyze our thoughts and improve them is probably the basis for the self-help industry. There's a website called selfgrowth.com. That's 340,000 articles and links to 69,000 other websites related to self-improvement. Okay? And they all, according to this new paradigm, are pretty much a waste of time. I'll be happy and healthy by allowing negative thoughts to come and go on their own accord. When we do this, we can take the time to work with what we really want to do. Not emphasizing these thoughts, but moving on. Looking at the big picture, seeing that maybe we can do something in an hour that we couldn't do in 10 seconds. Having negative thoughts and feelings means I'm a normal human being. It doesn't mean I'm flawed. Think of the caveman who had a voice inside him saying, stay inside and stay alive. That's our goal, is to hang around here. People who are in control of their lives do not need to control their feelings. That was new to me. I'd never heard anyone say that. To me, it's actually astounding. So for me, the key to all of this is acceptance. You can practice, if you can practice this, you don't really have to read the whole book. You can perhaps look at the Amazon book review. That's about it. I'd like to just share how this would relate to a couple of things. And maybe just one of them, because I may run out of time here. You've heard the idea that is the glass half full or half empty. Rick Foster wrote a book called How We Choose to Be Happy. He says, one of the things that makes happy people special is their unique answer to the classic question, is the glass half full or half empty? Their answers are what set them apart from the rest of us. Happy people will see the glass as both half empty and half full. Life is about coming to terms with both of these perceptions of the glass. Acceptance is the key. I'm out of time. I wish you well.